Never gets old. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us, Cult of Collectors. We are back with a special guest. This is Alex from Geeks and Flix, and I want to thank Jody and John for being a part of it, as always, because they're my bros, they're my friends. Got to have them on here all the time, and want to say thanks to Alex for joining us, and let's just get right to it and ask the most obvious question: what got you into collecting?
Well, growing up, watching all the cartoons in the 80s, like I was never a collector. Like a lot of people think because I have a lot of stuff. I was never into a collector because I was a musician. I learned how to play guitar, so I joined the band. I didn't watch much movies towards my teen years because I was out performing. I played in CBGBs in Manhattan. Oh. So like I did, and then I did Warped Tour, Battle of the Bands.
Nice.
Like I didn't do none of watching movies, so I'm catching up with the movies from like most of the 90s. I mean, I know my action movies, but like in terms of collecting, I always had like my dad brought me the Ghostbusters Firehouse. Like he knew what I enjoyed. Like Ghostbusters is very heavy for me because that's my favorite franchise. Yeah. So I will always buy anything as much as possible of the franchise. Which I see you have the poster, Charles, behind you next to Jaws. But and I see you, Jody. You got the what is it? The
Ultimate Collection.
You got it right there. Yeah. And John, I can't see nothing because you're right in front of you.
John's got plenty. John's got plenty.
Yeah. Oh, yes. No, but like other than that, like, and then I just started to get heavy. Once you get an adult and I have access to money and stuff, then it's like no holds barred because you're just basically. You're good now. Like I couldn't afford none of this crap when I was younger. Parents would be like, "Hell no, you're not getting $2,000 at you." Like no. So, in time, I started to grow out the collection.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And before we get any further, Jody, go ahead and tell them what the giveaway is for tonight.
Oh yeah, the giveaway. This is a good one. Yeah. This is a good one. The best way, well, the only way to enter is to comment. And you can either comment with a question. You can just say hi. You can let John know, hey, put me in the giveaway. We prefer questions. Give us something more to talk about throughout this 2-hour show. But tonight, in honor of our special guest, because he got super excited when I put this option on the table, we're doing the Best Buy exclusive steelbook for the Batman. There it is, all shiny and still in its plastic.
You better put my name on that wheel.
Oh man! Listen, we get in trouble. It gets way too close when we put our own names on these wheels, man.
Oh yeah, the first time we did it, it came down with me and one other person.
Oh man!
I was like, this is gonna look bad on us. But yeah, as always, we'll be doing an elimination wheel tonight. So your name will be put on a wheel. We will spin it, and as each name comes up, that name is gone until we get down to the final two. And then we discover our winner. So it's going to be super fun.
I like that.
That'll be in like the last 30 minutes of the show. Make sure it makes the 2-hour cut when we post it for a recap on YouTube. But yeah, this is going to be a good show. It's going to be fun.
All right. Yeah. John, do you have any questions?
No. I'm
not at the moment? Okay.
I'm setting up the wheel. I hadn't had it set up yet. So.
Oh, okay. Well, Jody, you got a question for him?
Let's see. Questions. So Ghostbusters. You're really into the Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So the first one, when I was a kid, then I got hooked into the cartoon.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, it's funny. Like I was telling a lot of people in my community, I was like, it's weird, right? Because we got the two different iterations of the movies, right? You got the female version, which everyone went all crazy. And then you got the which I think it's a perfect ending to the entire franchise with Afterlife. I was like, if they could end it with that, I'll be so happy. But we already know they're gonna continue the storyline. But
Moore's
to me, but for me, it's a perfect ending to that trilogy with the Egon. It's like,
it really was. Great. It really was.
Yeah. So my thing is, I don't understand was, we had Extreme Ghostbusters, which now would have been a perfect time to introduce that into a live action, when a handicapped kid in a wheelchair that, and I'm not saying that like so bad, like with a kid in a handicap, but I'm saying is like, now that we're in a society that, you got the Olympics, the what's it called? isn't that the Olympics for the handicaps?
There's a Special Olympics.
The Special Olympics.
Yeah. Like stuff like that, and a lot of people like in our generation. I think that would be so cool to tap into that market, and I think that would be pretty cool. And then you could blend it, females, that. I don't know. To me, it was the perfect. I was like, do this, but they decided to go the other way. They don't listen to me anyway. But
what was the? There was a little bit of news. Was it something to the effect of they're going to start doing some streaming shows? Sony's going to be doing some streaming shows.
Animation.
Was that part of the news? Animation shows. Okay, go.
I think that's Yeah,
I think that would be awesome. But it depends on the voice actors. I always wanted like a Netflix real life Ghostbusters live action TV show because it works. Yeah. One episode, then busting ghosts wherever the hell wherever they go. And I'm like, this could work, man. In the season, you could tie everything together with a big ass villain, and people are like, oh snap, like something cool. You know what I mean? And then you could bring in like the guys, like Peter Venkman and cameos here and there just to get the nostalgia in. But I enjoyed Afterlife. I loved Afterlife. I cried when I first saw the movie in the theater. I mean, it was mad emotional. I was like,
it was.
I'm not gonna lie, I cried, man. When I saw Egon, I was like, no way.
When they did that like actually it set me back because number one, the first thing my brain goes was, wow, they did that. But then like as I was sitting there watching, I was like, damn, they did that good. Like,
they did.
Okay.
I definitely agree with that.
And let me tell you guys, when the thing started off with the car chasing like an action movie and it was Egon, I said, get the hell out of here. I was like, this is awesome.
Right. Yeah.
But again, Charles, what do you think? Charles,
and I know we talked about it back when the movie came out. I thought one of the smartest choices they made in that end sequence. There you go. Man, nice. The biggest regret I have is selling that Firehouse box set of the real Ghostbusters.
I got it right over there.
Dude, it's awesome. I should have never sold that. Yeah. But I think the best choice they made with bringing Egon back was not having him speak. I thought that was genius because it probably would have gone badly.
Yeah.
So I thought that was by far like one of the best choices besides the visual effects that were amazing.
Yeah. What I liked about the whole Egon not speaking, it was more of like maybe in the afterlife in itself, you don't speak with words, but you speak with action.
Yeah.
And it's just like almost like telepathy. You kind of just communicate in a sense where you understand it right away without needing to verbalize it,
Right.
Because everybody knew how he felt, especially when Ernie Hudson said, miss you to him.
Yeah.
That got me. It got me.
And certain things about the film, I mean, him not speaking was cool because I think I heard that his son sounds exactly like him. So I thought his son was going to play his dad as the ghost, but I was like, don't do it. I was like, I don't want it. Because I think this worked perfect with the emotions of his face.
It's funny you say that because Val Kilmer in Top Gun Maverick, his son did the dubbing for his audio.
Yeah.
So they were able to have him speak.
So my problem with Afterlife, though, because I had nitpicks watching the movie, there's certain things that I was like, whoa! I was like, stop the press. Like, my only thing that it gets me really mad, even rewatching it now for like the 20th time, is when Ray picks up the phone from Feeds, when she calls, and he's like, Ghostbusters, and he's about to hang up. When he tells that story, I was kind of mad, because I was like, wait a minute. You didn't believe your friend, but you guys are kind of the equal of the group. Like, he got excited when Egon got excited. So I'm like, if he told you that this thing was going to happen and you tell me you didn't believe him and then you shut him out when he steals everything, you got to know Egon's up to something. That's why I was like, that storyline part, I didn't like it. I was like, this is kind of bad.
It's one of those, like, it just doesn't make sense for them to have that animosity with each other, especially with what they've already gone through. It's like, okay, well, with the crap that we went through, I should believe in my friend in general because of the past we've went through.
Right. And if you see the lining of the movie, it doesn't add up. Because if you see part one, Egon is excited when he goes, oh, these readings are really good, Ray. And he's excited. And he's like, I think we could trap ghosts if I could figure this out. Then by the time we get to the second movie, they're so excited to play with the damn slime in the toaster oven. And they're like, they're all cool and happy.
And Egon sleeping with it.
Yeah, Egon sleeping with it. That's the inside joke. And you're like, this is weird. And then by the third movie, it's like, oh, we had a fallout because he stole all this equipment and all. I was like, this would have fit perfect if it was from Venkman's point of view, because Venkman always picked on Egon because he was the nerd. So I was like, that would have been so much better than Ray. And, you can see it from Ray's point of view, being all depressed, going, Egon just left me. I don't know why. And now you call like that. I would have been more emotional with that. But that scene always irked me because I was like, you just killed a relationship to me that was like one of the best in the Ghostbusters. Egon and Ray was always the man for me. Those two was like awesome.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to talk about Ghostbusters because we could be all day talking about it.
Well, I can ask you one more question about Ghostbusters and then we'll move on. What was it about Ghostbusters in general that got you to love it so much? Like, what was it that just made you go, this is the best, this is my favorite, this is what I'm into, all the way? So
for me, growing up, I'm scared of like horror movies. My community knows I'm not into horror movies like that. Like, I'm shitting. Like, to me, The Conjuring 2 is like, it still scares me. Like, I ain't watching this shit. So like, if I watch The Nun, my house have all the lights on for like a month because I'm like, yo, this bitch is not coming out to get me anytime. But like for Ghostbusters, like Ghostbusters as a kid, it's a serious movie, but it's a group of friends busting ghosts. Like, it wasn't no like, here or there, they just joined forces because it's destiny. No, it was three friends. And then Winston just came out of the blue, and then he became one of their brothers, like in arms, if you really look at it. And he fit so perfect. And I felt like, the audience, because I feel like when we watch Ghostbusters 1, it's us as Ernie Hudson joining the three guys in their journey to bust, Gozer and the Marshmallow Man. So when I was watching it as a kid, I was like, man, I want to be part of the Ghostbusters. Like that is my thing. And till this day, I'm like, I'm going to do a Comic-Con dressed fully to take a photo with all the guys dressed up as a Ghostbusters thing so I can put it on my wall. But it's just one of those things that I always loved about. It's just it's a great, funny movie. It takes itself serious, but it's funny at times. You just,
I love now Winston's basically the Tony Stark of the Ghostbusters universe. I think that's awesome. That's awesome. I think it's the greatest part.
Right?
I know, right? Right.
Out of all the guys that went in there, he goes, if he got a paycheck, then I'll do anything. Yeah. And he's the one that's the most
believe anything you say.
He's the most richest one out of all of them. But it tells you about Winston, though, right? Because when he does that cut scene, he goes, I missed the guys, and he's going to put all his money into the firehouse, into the Ecto-1. So the next sequel, these dudes are going to go straight up full-blown Ghostbusters. I mean, I don't want it to be like they get the house. I want them to like gradually throughout the movie their equipment gets better. I don't want it like out the blue he just pays for a brand new proton pack that could do X, Y, and Z. But I want it gradually going in. Especially definitely. The Ecto-1. The Ecto-1 better become like I like the 89, right? Then we got the 90s version with all that gadgets on top, which I was like, oh, this is cool. If we're going straight, Afterlife is all beat up, so you're like, yeah, that's cool. If we're going to the sequel, I want to see Ecto-1 full dose, like brand new, same, but with all new stuff. Like they can capture ghosts because if you play the video games, you can capture the ghost from the Ecto-1. It has a trap on top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that joint. They outside New York and all ghosts running around, and Ecto-1 is just sucking the crap out of ghosts. That would be so awesome.
That would be great.
That would be kind of cool. Not gonna lie about that. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, one dude, what's his name? Trevor, the one that, from Stranger Things, he could drive the shit out of it, spinning it and letting the ghost come in. Yeah. And then
I'm actually catching up on Stranger Things as it is. I think I'm on the final episode right now for season 4, I guess.
Part 1, yeah.
Yeah, basically part 1. I'm at the point where it looks like that 11 is now going to be getting trained or whatever it is,
So far, I'm digging this season. It's a pretty good season.
I am too.
They did pack in a lot in that last episode of this part 1 section, but as long as you just kind of sit back and take it all in.
Yeah, let me watch it and don't say a word.
No. In terms of I'm not a big Stranger Things fan, to be honest with you. I saw the first 2 or wherever they dressed like Ghostbusters. I was like, oh, that's a little cute. But
Yeah,
other
yeah.
than that, like I think season 3 was like the crap season when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is crap. When 11 went and found like the other kids with powers or something.
That was some, that was a couple
was
of
a
weird ass
weird-ass
episodes.
season.
That was a couple of weird ass episodes,
This shit
man.
is weird. And then I
Yeah.
stopped. I didn't. I was like, okay, it's really hard for me to invest time because I watch a lot of movies for the channel.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh damn. I said, so sit down. I mean, I'll just say quick. I've been catching up on the Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Awesome. I love that damn thing.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that shit is awesome. It's really
absolute. It's absolute garbage.
Oh, John's against you.
well, that Kenobi crap. I couldn't take Kenobi. I stopped that Kenobi. I couldn't take no more.
I liked Kenobi.
You liked it?
I'm only on episode. We just finished watching episode 3 last night, so I'm still catching up on it.
You have 3 left.
That's as far as I've got so far.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went 6 and I'm not gonna talk about it. But yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I don't know.
I did.
I couldn't get into it. I can't get
It
behind
was
it.
better than Boba Fett.
In a sense, yeah. Yeah.
No, not in a sense. Way better.
Yeah, well, the problem with Boba Fett, and I keep telling everyone, the problem with Boba Fett is that they came out with Mandalorian first. If Mando never came out first and they gave all that storyline to Boba, it would have been a different story. It would have been 100 times a different story.
No, because
Yes.
Boba. No, they made Boba in this series, in my opinion, and of course it's just my opinion alone, more of a pussy than anything. Honestly.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. If you never had Mando TV show and they gave exactly what Mando is to Boba, because Boba.
Oh, you're saying like give the story to Boba.
If they never had it, Boba would have been a badass, and you would have, oh man, he's amazing, man. You would have been all going crazy. But now that you have 2 bounty hunters, everyone's gonna pick the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing.
Very nice. Very nice.
But yeah, no. But I mean, it's nitpick. I mean, again, I don't go into heavy talking Star Wars or Star Trek or Marvel or DC because people get very offended and they want to go down their throat.
They can. Yeah.
And I'm like, no. Like my man Jimmy. But I can't. Yeah, I don't go into it heavy. I just do it sometimes with friends just to get a riot. Sometimes, like, oh, it sucks, and they're like, man, you crazy, you nuts, man. But yeah, no, I didn't like the Kenobi, to be honest with you. You'll see it. I'm not gonna go into it, but you'll see once you go 6. And then we'll talk on it on the DM, and then we'll have fun with it. But
there you
go.
But
other than that, the Batman. I mean, I was surprised, right, when you saw the movie The Batman in theater.
Mm-hmm.
You thought that type of movie you were gonna get a 3-hour noir pick of the Bat.
that was great. Yeah, it was great.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I loved it. I came out the theater like hell. Effing yeah, this is what I like. I mean, 3 hours is way too long for that story. My ass was getting numb. I was like, damn. I was like, this could have been cut. But all in all, I loved it. I was like, this is. I just can't wait to see what the sequel brings in. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the sequel and the little HBO Max little series that they're talking about. Yeah. Hopefully, we get some nice stuff in there.
Yeah. One of the detractors for the Batman. Somebody that I watch occasionally, and I occasionally like their opinion, but they got a lot of kind of flack on them by saying they were talking about how like all the villains are like white guys, and I'm like, I was like, haven't you ever read you're on the show where you talk about comics all the time, like most of the villains are white, in Batman, and I'm like I don't, I wouldn't have went down that road, especially on a show that claims to be like, heavily comic book influence, or at least the host of the show. So, I mean, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it's getting to a point, unfortunately, some people just have to find something. And my brain just doesn't go to those places. I don't know if I'm supposed to apologize for that or not. I don't know. But my brain just doesn't go to those places. So when people say stuff like that, it's just automatically, I'm just caught off guard. Like, okay, I don't. Okay, I mean,
I don't mind the switch of nationalities if it works for the story.
Yeah,
and again,
it works.
I'm not a director. I'm not a writer. But if he wants to take the story into a different direction, that's going to bring fresh new blood into it and give life to the. Because what people got to understand is, directors and writers, well, I guess whatever it is, but they're gonna put the universe of what they image. So in Matt Reeves' point of view, this is his story. This is his universe, right? So like he goes, all right, I'm gonna go with a black James Gordon. Why not?
Yeah, why
not? Let's see what happens. He was amazing. It's not like he sucked.
I love that actor. I love that actor.
It depends on who you put in the role. If the guy sucks ass, then you're gonna be like, oh my god, like this is a bad choice. This is not gonna work. And then people are gonna use the nationality thing, going, well, because he's that color, it's because it sucks. It's not like the comics. But if you put the exact great actors behind these characters, I don't care. Catwoman was awesome. You know what I mean? Like, she was good. Penguin was awesome. Alfred was good for the screen time that he had. He wasn't on it much, but you know, I liked it. I thought it was good. People always got nitpick on stupidity shit.
It's fun.
It's always
some things deserve to be. There's a lot of things been put out here recently that deserve to be picked apart, but that movie didn't. I thought it was pretty good. You know, good movies are good movies. You know, but you know, then you have Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, and then stuff like that. You know. Which was fun. Well, yeah, it was fun, but it's, you know, the story doesn't make a lot of sense if you kind of break it down.
No, it don't. But again, movies like that, when I sit down, I'm not there for the story. I'm there to see dinosaurs eat the shit out of people. So I'm let's go.
That's kind of my boat with that.
Yeah. Like, if I'm gonna learn
when I hear that
from Jurassic Park, then all right. Right.
Well, a lot of people kind of, you know, they kind of forget about the, you know, 50s sci-fi and things like that, you know, none of that stuff made sense. You know, it didn't. And blockbusters have never been like great movies, you know, as far as like Academy Award level movies. You know, they've never, you know, but that's not their purpose. Their purpose is just for you to go have fun, and it's escapism. As long as they don't bring politics into stuff, I'm fine.
Well,
and I just want to.
Nowadays, a lot of movies are politics. If you look at Disney stuff and Star Wars,
don't get them started on Disney.
John will make this an episode. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like,
I love it.
There's always some.
I don't want to bring the negativity tonight.
No, you're good, John. I was just giving, you know.
No, but yeah, no, I totally understand what you mean. But yeah, when I see movies like that, I could care less. As long as the CGI is good and it's fun. I guess it is what it is, but if it's something like Batman, I'm glued. You'd be like, you better not screw this up, Matt Reeves, because we're gonna have beef at the end of the movie. Like, this better not, you better not fuck this one up. But yeah,
how do you like the whole WB merging with basically Discovery to almost, in a sense, rehash or reboot or whatever it is of DC?
Again, it's not for me to say, because again, it's whatever property comes out, everyone's gonna watch it, regardless if they say no, I'm never gonna watch it, man, because you know this is not a Snyder movie. Again, I like the Snyder movies, and I know a lot of people got their picks and whatever, and then they pick on them because it's like the story stinks. But I'm like, he's not the writer for this movie, so like, why you keep picking on this guy? You know what I mean? Like, everyone goes, this movie sucks, but it's like, it does not say written by Snyder. It says directed by Snyder. So it's like, you can't pick on him on that one. But I think the merger might be good. If they give me a Justice League 2, I'm all in. I'm like, yes, let's do this. But if they don't, well, as I always I never liked him as Flash.
Yes.
I never liked him as Flash. I mean, I was not crazy for him. I always wanted a TV show guy. Like, bring in Greg Gunston in, and let's just do this. But everyone's against me. Like, oh, he's a TV show. I'll say, so freaking what? He's the Flash. In my
eye, how they did with the Daredevil for No Way Home.
Yeah. Well, that was Netflix, so that's kind of different. Like, people were tight because he's a CW, like those teeny bopper shows version of the superheroes. So, but yeah, I agree. I would do that all day. Like, if it makes sense for the story, bring Oliver Queen as Steve Amell. Bring him in. Like, why not? He was Oliver Queen, and he was great at it. He was dark. His show was dark. So I'm like, make sense with your characters, man. I'm like, if you cross over it right, people will love you, man. People, they don't care as long as it makes sense. Like, these movies don't make sense. DC never makes sense.
No.
From one end to another. Never makes sense. I'm watching I watched Doctor Strange 2 for the first time. I never seen them in the theater. So I watched it a few days ago for the first time. and I was just like, like, what is this? Like, I was just like, what am I watching? Like, the first 20 minutes, I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. Sam Raimi's the best. And I'm like, and then after that, it just lost me. I was like, so Wanda's evil now? like, where are we going?
There was big holes in it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Well,
the Illuminati shit. I was like, what is this? I was like, what am I watching?
They dove deep into some past comics, and a lot of people
well,
got hyped
I
up
would,
with that, and so.
But again, you gotta read
it
the
wasn't
comics.
any good comic.
But
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, okay, I'm not a Marvel comic book reader, but you got to make it sense at least. Like, give me something that I go, oh, okay. Next thing you know, you got Professor X showing up, and I'm like, oh, we got Cyclops Wolverine coming in, and it's just him floating yellow chair, and I was like, what is this? He got his ass whooped by Wanda. Like, first of all, and I laughed so hard. My wife had to pause the movie because she was like, why are you laughing? You got Reed Richards, the most genius one out of all of them, right? And the first thing he says in the fight is, well, don't let this guy open his mouth. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, you dumbass? Like, you just tell the villain who to knock out first. And that's
basically.
I was just like, nah, Reed Richards, you stink.
You see that in a lot of movies now. They have to explain everything they're doing. Like, you can't just do something. You got to explain what you're doing first. Like, to the audience, you know, they think the audience is all like 3-year-olds, and
when it comes to comic book,
explain it away. You know.
I don't understand. It's like, yo, just give us the story. People will figure this shit out. They got YouTube channels with friends that know the comics, and they'll sit down and break it down for each other.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just go with the story. But no, we had like, man, let me tell you, I was watching this movie going, what is this?
I love the first Doctor Strange for sure. That one I liked the most.
That was okay. I was never big on Doctor Strange, to be honest with you.
I wanted to show you this. Do you know, before we get too far into it, do you remember the controversy about the Ghostbusters name and the reason why they had to get, basically permission to use the Ghostbusters?
Oh, I've heard this story.
Is that the one with the gorilla? They had the gorilla. Yes, the real Ghostbusters with the gorilla. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Larry Storch, man, come on.
Remember the cartoon? I don't know if people remember the cartoon with the car that comes to life.
Yes.
The real Ghostbusters.
I had that toy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why I think the cartoons were called the real Ghostbusters. I was like, okay.
It's like Chris Pratt's son saying, "I met the real Owen today, Dad." You know. And he's like, "Oh man, you just killed my heart."
But as a general, do you guys feel like after? I have a trouble after the movies after Endgame being good. I don't know what you guys think. I haven't been happy with any of the movies that came out, to be honest.
Yes, I agree.
I haven't been as happy as I was with Endgame with
Right.
any of them. I mean, they've all had like.
Go ahead, John.
That's it. It's just been going to. It's really went downhill since Disney took over. You start seeing a decline even in the Marvel movies before it got to Endgame. But
I just feel like everyone used to get excited. Oh, Captain America! Wow! And the next thing you know, like now you're like, shit. Now we got a Shang-Chi part 2. Like, who cares? I don't want to see Shang-Chi. Like I seen the first one. I was like, look, the action sequences was the most basic fighting sequences I seen in a comic book movie. And then I didn't see Eternals because I really didn't care for it. So I was like, yeah, maybe one of these days. And then Doctor Strange, I thought it was going to change everything. I was like, oh man, this is going to be. But then, you know what? I mind screwed myself because I went into seeing this and I was like, man, can this open up the universe of Marvel Zombies? Because it's Sam Raimi. So I was like, oh, this could be awesome. And then by the end of the movie, I was like, what is this? I was like, what did you do to me? So that's how I felt. Yeah.
So the longer that Doctor Strange zombie sequence went on, the worse the makeup got for some reason.
Yes,
I was like, by the end of it, I'm like, is he coming back to life? Why does this look so bad? I don't understand what's happening.
He's just gonna die that way?
I don't understand what's going on.
The worst scene that even my wife, because she's not into the comic book movies that much, she goes, what the hell are we watching? It's when they were fighting with the musical notes.
Yes. Oh my God.
They were
We
like,
had this conversation. We had this conversation. I was like, that was fun for like maybe like if one would have thrown one and the other would have thrown one back, okay, cool. But it just kept going on. I was sitting in the theater like, what's happening right now?
Yes.
Are we really doing this?
It was horrible. I said, what is
that was the worst part of that movie.
Yes, it was. It was like ping, 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 ping. And they went like to the flight of the bumblebee. It was
Yeah. Oh.
I actually kind of, I kind of like that because I used to read.
You like
I can read sheet music. When I've played piano as a kid and played trumpet and stuff, and so I can read sheet music. I understand it, but I can understand like a large part of the audience not really kind of getting it.
It was just it was one of those things.
No.
It was a cool idea.
Yeah,
and like I said, if it would have just shorter.
I agree with that. It did go on a little bit too long.
It went on way too long.
Yeah, I don't mind the music sheet and everything. I'm like, that's cool. The notes is hitting them or whatever. But I mean, it just went like a full blown album was going thrown at each other.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this?
It's like some guy in a room had a great idea. He was like, guys, hear me out.
Let's get the musical notes for Beethoven versus Mozart. Let's have that.
Well, the problem was there just wasn't enough Sam Raimi. I believe just the big portion.
That's
a big portion of the CGI stuff was already shot, and they just he just came in and filled in the rest. We just didn't get enough Sam Raimi in it, because you can see some of the scenes that are definitely inspired by him, and it's and there's some of the better parts of the movie.
The zoom ins,
I agree.
I love the zoom ins when they looked at the door and everything was like boom, boom, boom. I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And it felt different from the other Marvel movies. That's why I enjoyed certain scenes. And I was like, wow, this is taking other Marvel movies and just going. That's it. You let the director throw his style in it. I was like, yeah, this is cool. But I agree with you guys. The storyline just fell flat. I was like, this is not what I thought when you said Sam Raimi. Because the guy, I think one of the stupid producers put out, if you guys are a fan of Evil Dead, you're gonna love Doctor Strange. And I'm like, oh yes. And then when you watch it, I was like,
was he just talking about the Bruce Campbell parts? Was that
maybe when he was in the top of the what was it? Top of the Antarctic and all the demons were like circling around him. I was like, that's great. But
it's just not a Doctor Strange movie. No. And I would have been fine if it had been a Wanda movie. But the problem is the Wanda movie it needed to be is like how she was corrupted. Like we don't get that story, how she was corrupted. Because it's not talked about in the WandaVision. So it just jumps from WandaVision to this. Like there's a whole story there missing that should have been told.
No, they did though.
WandaVision, you got that brief after credit, I think, scene, but it was brief. It didn't really it showed you her dabbling in the arts. But it's like 2 days later, Doctor Strange shows up and she's crazy. It's like I did need something more there. You can't sell me on that.
I agree. Her like doing that mind, whatever the hell it was, because she was drinking coffee and then her body was like soaking up the books. I was like, yeah, whatever. But when you saw in the movie, you kind of figured because everyone that touched the book went batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I kind of figured that was what they're going with. But I agree with you guys. They should have gave us a little bit of something because starting off the bat, she's like, I want my children. I was like, lady, you just got rid of them in the TV show. Like, what? Why all of a sudden you're harping on your kids? It's like, I want my children to love me. And I was like, I don't care for your children. Like, again, it's not a storyline that a lot of people would care for because those characters were never established. They were just kids in their mind. If it was like Vision, like if she was like, I want to bring back Vision and she's working so hard to get Vision back, I would have said, this shit is awesome.
As much as that destroyed her in the show, his name was brought up maybe twice in this movie. And it's like, really? We're going after the kids?
Yeah.
What I find funny, though, is Age of Ultron when she was actually introduced with her brother or whatever. They were supposed to have Russian accents.
Oh,
now, when you watch the movies onward, she no longer fucking has an accent.
No. Yeah. Well, technically, she hit everybody with a spell that she could talk English. So that's pretty much what happened.
Well, no, but she was speaking in an accent though in the Age of Ultron, like she had a Russian accent.
Oh no, it's the same thing as Halle Berry in X-Men. She had a Jamaican accent, and by the next movie, she was English. So you're like, what the hell happened?
Really? I'm gonna have to rewatch that because I don't remember that. But
X-Men 1, she had a straight Jamaican accent, Storm, and it was horrible at its best. And then by like the early, I think by the third movie, she was English. She was like, "Hey Logan, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up? Cool." You know, like what? I always said Storm was always miscasted. It should have been Angela Bassett as Storm.
Oh yeah,
that would have been good.
She had the straight Jamaican accent for real. She's really ripped because she really worked out, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she would, I would have been like, come on, give me Storm. But
it's funny. I consider her an underrated actress.
Oh, Angela Bassett?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
she's amazing. Yeah. A lot of the stuff she's done has been either, like, say, biopics or a lot of dramas, you know, and they're very underrated films, in my opinion, that she has done. Like, she did the movie Waiting to Exhale with Whitney Houston. I thought that was a good movie. It showed her on a vulnerable side. She also played Michael Jackson's mom in a TV miniseries called The Jacksons: An American Dream. And then she played, what was her name? Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It? You know, like, to me, she is an amazing actress, and she could do so much more, which I was proud to see her in Black Panther, because once I saw her in that, I was like, she's getting bigger roles now.
But it pissed me off, because when I saw her there, I was like, you are Storm! Because I saw her, I was like, you are so Storm! Because she had the dreadlocks. I was like, oh my God, hit her with the white hair paint. It's like,
I thought the look, I'm not saying the performance in Apocalypse was in the X-Men Apocalypse movie. I thought the look of Storm in that movie, they went with the 80s look with the mohawk. I thought that was a cool look. I don't remember the actress's performance because the movie altogether wasn't that great, but it was fun.
Yeah, I was never too big on the kids X-Men. I always liked them when they're in their prime already. Like, give me the story with them in their prime. But we never got a good Cyclops, right? We got a good-looking Cyclops in X-Men, but they never utilized him. I was like, what the hell is wrong with you guys? He's like the team leader, and he stinks.
What, he died? He died in 2 or 3? Which one was it? 3. It was just like, why? Yeah. Why did that need to happen? Shooting, it wasn't even a good death, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Oh Lord.
I completely agree, though.
Even though I like those X-Men movies, I kind of feel like they overplayed Jean Grey's character. Yeah. And not a lot of explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're all right.
Well, because they made them all Wolverine movies.
Basically.
Pretty much. Basically. It was just all Hugh Jackman. I mean, not taking away. I mean, Hugh Jackman was great as Wolverine. But the X-Men was never X-Men because it was always Wolverine in the middle of everything. And I was like, wait a minute. This is a team freaking movie, bro. Like, you ever got to have screen time. I wanted Cyclops, and we never got Cyclops. And I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah, and if you go back from X-Men 1 and just watch it knowing that you're going to end with Logan, they're great movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are great Wolverine movies, y'all. Yeah. But if you go into it looking for an X-Men movie, no. But going back a few comments, I completely agree with Rev 4K. He was talking about the thing that he hates about MCU is having to keep up with all the shows, the movies, the mid credits, the end credits, the post credits.
You have to understand it all,
And I'm in the same boat. Like, I was super when Disney Plus started, and they were talking about introducing Marvel shows. I was like, am I going to have to watch all of these shows too? And at first, Kevin Feige said
Nate,
no.
My partner.
At first, he was like, no, you could watch the films and be okay, but that is completely false now. And like, I still haven't watched. I mean, there's like 3 movies I still haven't watched. I mean, going into Doctor Strange 2, it didn't really matter because I know all I really needed to watch was the WandaVision. But I'm so far behind now, and there's more coming. It's starting to just be like, I'm done.
Like Thor: Love and Thunder coming out this week.
Yeah. What do I need to see Thor: Love and Thunder besides the other 2 Thor?
2. You need to see Thor 3, and then you got to see Civil War.
Probably. Yeah.
It's funny. Everyone thought I was crazy in the channel when they announced all this shit, and I said it. I said they're gonna tie everything together to suck in the money. Everyone's like, "Oh, you crazy? You're nuts!" And then Kevin Feige did say, he said that you have to watch the TV shows for the movies. And I was like, F to the motherfucking no, I'm not watching your TV shows. Understand the movie. Like, I didn't see Loki. I have not seen it till now. I seen out of the TV shows were The Falcon and Winter Soldier, which I was not a big fan of. What was the other ones that came out?
Got to that one too bad, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Oh, I'm not watching that. I have no She-Hulk, which I'm like, who gives a freak about She-Hulk? Like, there's like stupid shit like that. And I'm like, I'm not watching these TV shows just to keep up with your movies. Haven't seen none of your movies either. Like Doctor Strange, I seen it because it came out free on Disney Plus, but I don't go to the movies much, so it's not like I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna run out to see every freaking Marvel movie they pump out.
I did attempt to watch Miss Marvel. I watched one episode of it.
Yeah,
and they just give her they just give her powers. They just like somebody sends her those bracelets in the mail. And I'm sure we'll get the story about who did it, but she just receives these. She just give her they just give her powers, and she learns how to control them completely within a couple episodes. And
oh Lord, yeah.
And in the new Miss Marvel powers too. She's just basically like the Green Lantern. She's got big fists. That like big like.
But she was rubber. That's the thing.
I don't know what all her powers are.
When you play the video game Marvel Avengers, I think it's the video game. Miss Marvel is like an elastic, like Reed Richards. Like she turns her hand into like a big ass hand. Her leg could kick like all over the place, and you're like, oh, cool. But I remember reading a interview where the guy said that they have to change the powers because of the how much money someone could last, I guess. So they gave her like electricity or like energy power or something. Yeah. And I was like, I don't care for that. Like, you just changed her power for like just to because you could, and no one's gonna say no. Yeah. And that's another thing, like, people got to understand, if there's a power that you enjoy in the comic books, these guys could just be like, we cannot translate this to live action because there's so much money, right? Like, no, that's why Storm could only do tornadoes and fog and snow flurries.
Lightning.
Yeah, you can't do none of that. I mean, she could control everything, but it's like the most common CGI effects known to man in the movies.
I agree with Rev 4K. I'd rather them just not make a X-Men movie or the Fantastic Four. The way the writing is right now and the kind of crap they're putting in movies, I do not even want them to make them. But they're going to make them, and no telling what they're going to do. So
there's no telling what they're going to do to Daredevil. I mean, does anything count? Does anything count that we saw on Netflix?
That's true.
We have no idea.
Same thing with Punisher, right? Because they did the TV show.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And if Netflix Daredevil still counts, then so does Punisher. So what's happening? It's like.
Well, I've been hearing like with Deadpool 3, what they're going to try to do to go from like, I guess you could say like a rated R to a PG-13 maybe, is how Deadpool 3 is going to be that transition. Like, he was in this world, now he's in this new world, and he's wondering, where the fuck am I? Basically. And it's going to be a whole new set of X-Men. Like, who's going to go with him to this new universe? Like, it's another multi-dimension, but he's realizing it.
Bring back Marvel Dark Knight studio and put everybody, or it was just Marvel Knights, wasn't it? Was it they had a separate studio for like Punisher, Ghost Rider? They were all under Marvel Knights with a K. And just bring that back. Put all the rated R awesome Marvel stuff over there.
Oh yeah.
If it needs to be a separate universe that maybe Spider-Man gets thrown into every now and then, cool. But just do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just think the problem is that with the rated R, Marvel will lose a lot of money because of the kids. So it's like, okay, great, but these characters are rated R. Like, you can't give me a PG-13 Punisher. Like, that shit is not going to work. People are not going to go see it in the theater, and it's going to flop, right?
The problem right now is that all the kids that grew up that are now adults that watched from Iron Man 1 to Endgame,
to now,
we want that kind of Marvel, but they with Disney Plus are starting to build from the ground up again with new kids, and the next Avengers quote unquote movie is probably going to be the new Avengers. It's going to be all the kids, all the Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, bring in Spider-Man. That's what they're doing now. But so
I think they're building up a female. I think they're building up a female Avengers. I think that's what that's
very
going on.
Very
and
possible.
the sad thing is, right? And this is where it's gonna get sad. And this is where, and we all gonna know it. So I'm gonna say it, and I don't care. We all thinking the same thing. If the shit flops,
make him full screen.
No, yes, make it full screen. Get you guys' faces out the way. But if it flops, right, they're all gonna pick on all of us because the men never gave it a shot.
Yeah,
it all has to have Captain America and the Iron Mans and all that. And it's like, damn, that kind of sucks. When you're in a society now that once you do certain things and it's not taken well because the writing stinks, that's the first thing they do. It's
I don't care if it is all women. If it's just good writing, if it's good writing and good characters, if it's good, the problem is it's not good.
But it's not forced. I don't want it forced.
Yeah.
In the Avengers, I think Endgame. Well, actually, in the was it the first? What's it called? The Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Infinity War was the first, and then Endgame.
They did that shit there first, right? When you see Wanda, and they said she's not alone, and I said, "Oh, this is getting corny," but they did it right. And what happened in Endgame? They had
the worst scene of the whole movie.
She's not alone, and she's walking all this, and then all the females came together, and I was like, "Why did you just destroy this entire?" thing.
It's like you could pause that scene. The two biggest things about that scene that bothered me the most, if you just pause it, what the hell is Mantis gonna do? I mean, really, what the hell is she gonna do? And two, was it Wasp just helping Ant-Man over in the van?
Yes.
Why did she he just turned around and was like, where the hell did she go? It's like two characters had no reason to even be there, and this scene was just so forced.
It was forced. And it was so corny. Like she just
it was awful.
It was like she's not alone. Fixing her cups. And I was just like, this is not cool because they hyped up Captain Marvel to be like this most strongest character known to man, and she didn't do shit in this entire movie. Like entire whole thing. I'm like, I'm waiting for her to bring the reins down. And she didn't do absolutely besides breaking ships, which
she broke down the
watch the opening episode for Miss Marvel, because the Kamala Khan, she worships Captain Marvel. She wants to be Captain Marvel. And so the opening intro is like her narrating a story like Miss Marvel came down and crashed through the ships and punched out Thanos, and I'm like, did the people that wrote this even watch Endgame? Did
they had a decent fight. I'll give them that, but it did not last long.
No.
Yeah, because I kind of remember Captain Marvel getting bitch slapped by Thanos with the ring, or with the he takes the stone out and punches her with it, and
he holds it with his bare hand and just punches her with it.
Yeah.
But
smack that bitch up.
Well, but that's the issue. That's the other issue with the female characters. Like the men, you see them kind of built up. They kind of learn to respect their powers, and there's a story there. But the women are just kind of given their powers. And on top of being given their powers, they're being given OP powers that they never even had in the comic books. Mm-hmm. Everybody's overpowered. They're the bestest ever. They just kick everybody's ass with no problem, and they never have any problem. There's no buildup of their character. It's just not as interesting.
You know what? I agree, John. Because when Loki said to Thanos in the Infinity War that we have a Hulk, and then Hulk starts kicking his ass or whatever, and the guy's like, oh, let him have his fun, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. When I believe in the comics that Hulk could literally beat the shit out of Thanos, because the more angry he gets, the more
stronger.
Yeah. So they totally stole that from him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought they were building. Thanos beat the shit out of Hulk, and then by the second part of the movie, I tell you, man, if my man Hulk would have came down running and whooping everyone's ass, and he starts changing colors to the more angrier he gets or whatever he does, I guarantee you the entire theater would have went bananas because you would have got
everybody would have loved it more.
But the problem is that they had 30 characters. They did not know who was gonna be what. They had to give all the people that were so strong got so watered down like alcohol. You had Thor in part one, super strong, By the second one, he's fat. You're like, what the hell just happened here? Like stuff like that. The continuity of these characters are horrible in terms of writing.
I agree.
That's the problem. One movie they're this strong. The next movie they're this weak.
They're weak.
The next movie they're a clown. Their own spin-off, they're serious. Like Doctor Strange had 3 personalities within the movies.
Well, within the same movie, sometimes like Black Widow, the Crimson Dynamo or whatever the hell. What's I always forget the
I always forget his name.
Alexi. It's Alexi, I think. But the dad in Black Widow, the dad, like he's
the red.
Yeah.
Was it?
I forget. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
I like Crimson.
Well,
Dynamo.
but he's yeah. Well, they jokingly call him that in the movie, but he like his powers are never consistent. It's like one minute he can like rip a door, he can kick a big door in, and the next minute he's weak, but he can't. He's supposed to be like the Russian Captain America, and then he like. And what's the bad guy's name in that? I always forget her name too. It's not a girl in the comics, but the Taskmaster. 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 Like he should have been able to kick that person's ass, and it's just inconsistent throughout the movie, and it's like. I find that throughout the movie, it's just back and forth, and it's the same day with the new Doctor Strange movie. It's like Doctor Strange should be very powerful, then sometimes sometimes it's just he demonstrates it a little bit, and then other times he's just weak to other things that he shouldn't be powerless to.
In Endgame, he was a dam, so that was his whole purpose in the big battle of Endgame. Hold that water for us, please.
Yeah, basically.
Well, the guy's name was the Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. That's what it was.
No, I agree. The inconsistency in characters are horrible in the MCU. Well, not the first phase. The first 2 phases they worked well, but I mean, like in one movie, one character is like funny and whatever. By the next movie, he's super serious, and you're like, wait a minute, but and was it Doctor Strange was different in the Spider-Man movie? He was a clown. I was like, why are you a clown? Like, you're a sorcerer. Like, why are you a clown? And then in this one, he's like, and I liked him in this version, like the Doctor Strange 2. I was like, wow, I liked his version in this one more than the first one. I thought he was better in this one. But I didn't like the Spider-Man No Way Home. I was just like, why is he a clown? Like, it just felt weird.
But they're doing that with all of them.
What was the theory with No Way Home when the trailer came out? Everybody thought that it wasn't Doctor Strange. They thought it was
Mephisto.
Yeah, like, and that theory kind of made sense. And I was like, okay, maybe this is going to roll into Doctor Strange 2, and we're going to get a really awesome movie. But that nothing ever. No, it's like, no, he was just wearing a fucking
Doctor
sweater.
Strange versus Mephisto or something,
Yeah, it's like I thought it was going somewhere great, but I don't.
And that's
so many people were pissed.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like the theorizing, I hate theorizing because if it doesn't come out the way you want it, people get tight. They're like,
they're at the point now, which I mean, Marvel's been doing one good thing, which is cheating at trailers, where they show us one thing, but actually the movie is something else, which I think is awesome. I was like, thank you for that. But it's at the point now. Give me a teaser trailer, and give me a real trailer, and then don't say a fucking word, because these people are taking just the littlest scenes from these trailers and making a whole nother movie.
Yeah.
And so by the time I go to the theater, I'm thinking 12 different things are going to happen.
Yeah.
And half the time it's 0.
Yes.
So it's just like
he wore a green sweater. Hold on a second. And then going like,
now it's
200.
Yeah.
You see, he wore
that license plate. That license plate is saying for me to go look at issue number this on date of that, and that's telling me this storyline is this. It's like, what the hell, people?
But I mean, Morbius is the perfect example of that, because when we first got the first few trailers, it was teased the whole time. Spider-Man is gonna be a part of it, regardless.
They fucked that up during. Yeah, they
did.
They went back and
that's why it
fucked
did so bad.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with No Way Home that made them say take out all the Spider-Man. Like,
I know
why. What was it? Sony just going, oh shit. But like, what were you so afraid of? What happened in
They were probably
Morbius,
thinking we should have released Morbius first.
I think they're listening too much on the fans. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Stop listening to the fans and do what you gotta do and tell us the story. Because the more you listen to the fans, you're gonna fuck up your movie. And there's a lot of movies that came out listening to the fans that made it even worse.
Believe in your story enough to say, "Fuck y'all, here's the story."
Yeah, and you're gonna watch it anyway. So
yeah, I mean, we're gonna watch it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I mean, that whole theory shit, like, I can't. Star Wars was the same shit, remember? Rey was Kenobi's daughter, Luke's daughter, the guy that was flying, whatever, the Star Destroyer's daughter, and I was like, what? Yeah. Like, where you coming up? And then the minute, they say it was a Palpatine's daughter, I mean, I was like, where the fuck did this happen? This is stupid.
Who did that and when
it's funny
did they
you
do
say
that?
that Rise of Skywalker. It's almost like a rendition of a Dr. Seuss book, just like, where do I come from?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let's see. Ooh, Nate.
Nate's got a question for us all. Oh.
Yeah. What is it? What's
I
the
have a question for everyone that is unrelated to Horrible Morbius.
Right.
What was the first DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K bought, if you remember?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, well, I already know. My first 4K that I brought was Ghostbusters 1. That was the first thing I brought. That was the first.
My first 4K was Fifth Element.
Oh.
Nice.
Without realizing that I couldn't play it on my PS4.
It's been nearly 25 years since I bought my first DVD. I'm trying to think.
I know
what it was,
DVD's gonna be hard. Blu-ray, I know for a fact I bought two on the same day. It was The Truman Show and Basketball.
Nice.
And then 4K was probably just one of the Marvel movies. It was probably just whatever Marvel movie came out on 4K first and just happened to be. That would probably be
Blu-ray.
My wife just said it. Blu-ray was Rocky Balboa.
Oh, nice.
That was my first one.
I like that movie.
Yeah, I brought that with the first Blu-ray, Sony Blu-ray player.
Yeah,
that was the same yeah, I love that movie. But yeah,
I'm having a hard time thinking about that because, I mean, it's been so long, like, especially like first Blu-ray or first DVD. First DVD, though, it was either Dumb and Dumber, because that's when DVDs were starting to get more mainstream. And then it might have been a Disney movie.
Yeah. The Blu-ray thing is only stuck in my head because I worked at a retail store during the whole Blu-ray HD DVD controversy.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was just always like, "Which one do I buy? Which one do I buy?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm not buying shit until they figure this out."
Until I know what the hell.
Yeah, and so once it was fully done and Blu-ray won, I was like, "Cool," and I just happened to buy those two.
Yeah,
I worked in Tower Records.
The first.
And I remember working in Tower Records. They had a used DVD section.
Yeah.
And that's where I found the Ghostbusters 2 collector's edition used on DVD. And I was like, wow, this cover is actually pretty weird. And that's when I started the buying different cover shit. It was right there and then. Because I was like, this is a different cover. This is not the original cover that we all know. So I grabbed this. Oh, this is cool. But yeah, it's in my DVD stack. But yeah, that was...
I think the first DVD that... came with my the first DVD player I bought, 98, I believe. 98 would have been The Mask, Jim Carrey. It came with the DVD player.
Yeah.
And the first Blu-ray was I bought my first Blu-ray the day I bought my first Blu-ray player. Then that would have been Speed Racer.
Nice.
And that's whenever there wasn't very many Blu-rays on the shelves at the time, but 2007, 7 or 8, 2007
yeah,
or 8.
Somewhere in there.
4Ks, I really don't know because I probably bought a bunch. It's like that. It was probably an MCU movie or something like that. It actually may have been The Fifth Element as well because I bought it. Like when I bought my first 4K TV, I bought a player and a movie, and I think very early on it was The Fifth Element as well. So I don't know if it was or wasn't, but
it's funny, right? With the 4Ks, like when you buy your first ever whatever, it's always gravitated towards your favorite franchise movie. You would look for that first in that highest definition, or it's a Star Wars, Marvel, or DC movie high definition, and then everything else comes behind it. You go, okay, or Dark Knight, because you have to have Dark Knight, right? In your collection. But yeah, like that's the cool thing about the 4Ks. But I wanted to ask you guys this. It's kind of funny, right? When you buy a Blu-ray and it looks very like 4K, but it's 1080p. Like it looks stunning. Like you go, you really don't need this in 4K. Because it's funny because me and my partner Nate, we do a lot of action movie reviews with our podcast, and when we did Terminator Salvation, it looked like a 4K. And I was like, "Holy crap! This is like a Blu-ray." It sounded amazing, super loud in my my Sonos system, and I was like, "This is crazy." I'm like, "This is the Blu-ray, and this is not even 4K yet." So imagine the details and everything.
Well, a lot of them do get 4K transfers onto. It's just 4K transfer onto Blu-ray, and the difference between a Blu-ray and a 4K disc is the compression. It's just a 4K holds a lot more. It has a larger capacity for space, and so you can have a more uncompressed file. So you do have a lot of Blu-rays that do have really good quality.
Yeah,
especially for a movie that'll that's not as long.
It looked great. I mean, that's 4Ks that look like shit, and what the hell did they transfer?
Oh yeah,
You're like, what did they do? Like they fell asleep. Like
they took the 3D DVD and made it 4K.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I sometimes I feel like because a lot of the collecting that everyone is doing, I feel like studios sometimes are lazy. They're like, wait a minute, it's a big market now. A lot of people are buying like XYZ versions of these films, and some of them are just like, you know what? Let's just throw a 19 whatever version because people are gonna suck it up. Throw some posters and patches and oh my God, we gotta go get it! And like you never saw it. Like, why are you going crazy for this shit? You never saw it. So like that's the thing. Like I'm very when it comes to like buying movies in a grand big scale, I don't do it much. Only for my Batman movies, my Ghostbusters, John Wick, because I know what I'm getting. I'm not gonna buy like Howard the Duck.
Why the hell not?
Oh no, I have the Steelbook, but I mean like a $300 set of Howard the Duck. It's like it's not my movie. Like, why am I gonna?
If we got like a director's cut, though, I mean, come on.
It comes with it would be funny like if it would have came with like the Play Duck. Remember the magazine?
Yeah.
The couch. You get Howard the Duck, the Play Duck, and like his cigar. I think people will go crazy.
Give it all to me in a Howard the Duck bust head.
There you go.
There you go. Give me that. I'll be all right with that. I'll buy that.
Well, I mean, I would too. I'll get Howard. Oh, my man Nate.
Nate's wondering. Did any of you do Blu-ray or 3D Blu-ray?
Oh yeah, I have a shitload of those. Still,
I have some, but I never invested in a player or a TV.
Yeah, I've never invested myself.
The only reason I had a TV is because I used to work at a waste transfer station. I ran a little waste transfer station, and somebody brought one in there to throw away one day, and he was like, well, it didn't, it's powering on, but there's no picture. And I was like, I know exactly what's wrong with it. Just bring it inside. So I fixed, for $100, I fixed a 55-inch LG 3D TV and had one for a while. But the thing it sucks about the 3D is like you have to be in the perfect angle for it to work. Yes.
Yeah.
And you had to be like 6 feet from it and like at the perfect angle, or it was like, I'm not spending a bunch of money on, I bought like the Predator, which looked pretty good, and probably about maybe altogether about 10 discs. And I was like, this is just a fad. I'm not.
I never got the point. At home, it's just like you were saying, there was too many things you had to get perfect to get submersed into the picture.
Oh.
But in the theater, it gives me a damn headache. I just can't do it. I can't do it.
This story is gonna hurt my heart, but I'm gonna tell it.
Okay,
go for it.
So I have a bunch of 3D. I have a lot of them. right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
my wife surprised me for one of I think my birthday or anniversary with a 3D curve Samsung.
Oh.
Right? So we
Nice.
were all up in it. I was like, wow, this shit is awesome. I got the Amazing Spider-Man 3D. I was like, this is awesome. I'm getting all these shit. So we had my son, and he was watching Jake and the Neverland Pirate. Now, since it's a curve, from an angle, it looks like it's the water and everything looks like it's deep for a kid. This dude took his pirate ship and it wanted to go right through the TV, and the shit was cracked. And I was like, no! And ever since then, I said never. So that was the last time I enjoyed 3D, like, ever. He broke my shit. I was like, what is wrong with
Broke
you?
his shit.
He broke my shit. I was like, this is coming out of your college fund? Because I was like, this was my 3D. And I loved it. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a gimmick with the curve.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it. I was like,
I could definitely see.
cool.
I could definitely see the curve helping. The curve would definitely help.
Yeah, because you're like, the thing is, when you watch the TV, right, you got the square, you can see the out, right? You can see everything. But on the curve, you're focused in.
Yeah.
So you were like, man, I was like, this is my baby. And then my baby broke my baby. And I was like, damn, my baby dead. So, yeah, man, I liked it. I know it was a gimmick because I knew it was kind of hard at times. But I wish it was something that continued. But it is what it is.
Oh yeah, and he doesn't know anybody that actually used it at home.
Oh jeez.
I got a guy on Instagram that follows me. I wish I could remember his username right now, but he is all in on the 3D. He is all in. Still.
Yeah.
Did they make like 3D projectors so you could actually have it at home and project it and project
I don't think
it up?
it ever made to projector. Not that I remember. If it did, it was probably some crazy like upscale thousands upon thousands of dollars. But no, and I think the biggest 3D TV they did was maybe
Guys, they sell it.
A 3D projector?
Yes, 3D project. Top 10 3D.
He's looking right now.
I looked it up right here. Look.
Okay, well, how much are we talking?
All right, let's see.
If you do like a 200-inch screen or something.
Yeah, right.
Nice,
At least 100. At least 100-inch screen.
Yeah.
We're looking at $1,187.
Okay, so they're on clearance. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay.
If you were the guy who has those 3D movies, there you go.
There you go, right there.
3D.
That's about how much a good screen would cost you. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wonder if you have to get a special screen for the 3D.
You might have to.
Maybe.
Unless you get like one of those red and blue eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Watch. Like the dude from Back to the Future Part 2 that he had those guys like 3D glasses on.
Yeah.
I was
Sorry.
like,
There's a fly in here.
yeah, no. But yeah, that was a weird gimmick though. It was cool at the time. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, people did that. People did that back in the 50s, I guess. They wore 3D glasses like it because it was like this new thing. So,
dude, I remember going to see what was the last? It wasn't the last Freddy movie, but the awful last Freddy movie. What was that? Freddy's Dead. Freddy's Dead in 3D.
Yes,
I went to the theater and saw that. They handed out Freddy's Dead exclusive 3D glasses, and it says only put them on when the main character puts hers on. And we were all like just waiting. And she puts on hers and we put on ours, and all these little Freddy sperm looking things are flying at you. You're like, holy shit.
Sperms in my face.
That was crazy.
did you guys see did you see Jackass 3D?
I did.
No, I didn't.
I did go see that. Yes, you did.
Was
You
it
mean
worth it?
4,
It has
Jackass
the-
4, right? Or
No, part 3 was it. They did a 3D version.
Yeah, I think
They
3D
did,
was
yeah,
3D.
they did.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
saw
because there's a. Sorry.
Was it-
John?
No, go John.
There's a scene where you see in the background somebody comes in focus and shoots a bow and arrow, and then slowly the arrows come at you and gets closer to you and in focus, and it's a big dildo on the end of the arrow.
Genius.
And I mean, it's like right in your face.
My favorite experience watching 3D in the theater in IMAX was Captain America: Winter Soldier. that was like one of my favorites. When Captain America threw his shield and it bounced and it looked like it was coming towards you and he caught it, I was like, this is amazing. I was like, every movie should be 3D. And then I was like, no, not every movie. Because then I started to get headaches like halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah. The last one I saw in theater was the first Avengers movie. And I was just like, by the end of it, I was like, oh, God.
Catching seizures. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
Pixar movies in 3D, though. That was amazing. I saw Up in 3D, and that was awesome.
Oh, I already hit that one.
It's been forever since I've watched a 3D movie, honestly.
Avatar in 3D. See, I remember everybody's saying that was
the best.
That was, which, I mean, it was made for 3D.
Yeah.
But I didn't see
good.
it in 3D.
It was good in 3D.
I didn't see it in 3D. I just saw it.
I mean, honestly, the absolute best 3D movie by far is going to be Jaws 3D. I don't know why we're not talking about that.
Oh, Jaws 3D with
Jaws 3D. The greatest thing I've ever seen. It's a little Jaws puppet coming at you.
And he's like,
yeah.
That was the scene that they were crashed into the window, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when he cracked through. It was like slow motion, and it was just 3D Jaws.
Yeah,
that slow ass moving shark. Yeah.
And then when it broke, it was like shattered glass. It said,
yeah. I was watching that on TV with my wife. Of course, it wasn't in 3D. And she was just like, "What am I watching?" I'm like, "No, you got to just imagine this in 3D. You just this awfulness right here at your face is really great. It's just great."
The movie that starring Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett.
It's a movie about a shark that you don't see till the very end. So it's really great.
My favorite scene in that movie is when they're in the restaurant and they're explaining to him what's going on, and he's like, "The damn baby got sharks." That was my favorite scene. Damn baby got sharks. He's like, "We gotta come down the park." I always like that stupid scene. I don't know why, because it was like mass serious overacting at its finest.
Yeah. It's funny because as cheesy as some of them can be, you always find a reason to love them.
Oh yeah. Every time.
Those
are my favorite movies.
I mean, Jaws 4 is like one of the best revenge movies ever.
Right? It's even in the title, for God's sake.
Jaws Revenge or something like that.
Yeah, he goes all the way to the Bahamas searching for the family that killed him.
Yeah, man. He's like, I am pissed.
Like, you assholes, you killed my grandparents.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. He like killed everyone. What? I think the movie started off killing one of the sons.
Yeah, it starts killing the youngest son, I think.
Yeah, not Michael, the other. Yeah, the one that was crying in the beach. The first movie.
What'd you guys think of Deep Blue Sea?
Oh, I love the first one. It's corny, but I love it. Yeah.
No, I enjoy it.
It's a great movie. Just don't watch 2 and 3. I brought them shits because they were on sale and they are horrible.
I haven't seen them, so don't worry about it.
It's so bad. It's bad. It's bad.
Nate here is bringing up a great question. He saw somebody once having the argument that DVD is/was the greatest overall home media format. Talking about the movie selection, the packaging, the menus, the features, not just picture quality, and just wanted to know our opinion on that. Yeah, there were some amazing DVD releases. I wish I still had them. I'm sure John probably still does, which makes me mad.
I have a bunch.
But there were some great special edition, collector edition, just straight from the studio DVD releases that, I'm upset I don't still have them.
I agree. I think they took their time with the packaging. I agree with Nate. I think it's the best packaging, better than the 4Ks at times.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
because 4Ks is mainly, it's almost like it's just steelbooks now.
Look at that. I mean, can't go wrong with Predator 2 in red and black. I mean, simple. Or this cover, I think is the best. To be honest with you. The black and white, him ripping the shit out of some, I guess it's Bill Paxton's back. But yeah, I agree. DVD boxes take a crap on those Blu-rays than 4K sets.
Oh yeah.
Well, sometimes I don't know. I mean, a lot of the stuff I collect, I would disagree. Like, especially if you collect a lot of old movies, So I totally disagree with that because there's some great DVD sets. Don't get me wrong, but there's not
This is probably the last one I still have in my collection, but it's for Memento.
Oh, yeah.
And it came.
Yeah,
I mean,
nice.
it's got all sorts of. If it comes out of the slipcover, there's so much crap in here. I mean, it even has a freaking paper clip on there that holds the paperwork.
Oh my God! Let's see. I'm over here looking now.
I know. And I tell you what, also had a really great DVD release that they've still never done a good Blu-ray version. What it's for? Walk the Line. Which one is that? Oh, you got the free X-Men.
X-Men Volume 1. Look at that. Sexy
Heck
cover.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or like the Aliens Xenomorph head that has the collection in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I got the Terminator 2 head. I don't know if that was Blu-ray or DVD.
I remember that. I remember that.
If you guys follow a guy on YouTube, his channel is called Euphoria Pictures. He's from Ireland, and his videos, he has a lot of like box sets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He has the Xenomorph, he has Pinhead, he has the Predator head.
Yeah, but see, out there, that's the thing that I sometimes hate about the United States. Out there, you get the good shit. Like, you get the good box set. Like, over here, I remember one of the 007 stuff. I was like, yo, this sucks. And then over there in Europe, they got, like, the briefcase. I was like, I want the damn briefcase. Like, why do we don't get the briefcase edition in the United States?
Yeah.
Like, it just sucks that, like, I think they should just make this shit available for everybody. 1,000, and that's it. And let people
the worst thing that happened to my bank account was discovering that I can swish Amazon to different countries.
When you told me that, I was like going nuts because I started to order from like Japan.
Yes.
Like India. I didn't care what the hell. I was like, this is a new cover.
Dude, I just got this. I still haven't opened this. I got this Japan exclusive for Donnie Darko.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
Look at that thing. That thing's awesome.
I know. I'm tempted to get that. The Crow remastered in 4K from Japan. See if there's a difference from the Blu-ray that I have.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, y'all want to see some shit I just got? Hang on.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
We were just talking about. I haven't opened these either, so they're going to be like super glossy on the camera. We were just talking about this in the last episode, but I finally got them. Media books. Don't get sucked into media books. Oh my god. I got all of the Toxic Avengers. Look at those beautiful covers.
That's right.
I got all 4 of them with the matching artwork. I wish this camera would pick this up, but
it's looking good.
It's the unedited version of Part 3, which I know is what we were talking about last time.
Whoa!
And the greatest part, here's Part 4. I freaking love Part 4. Part 4 was freaking hilarious. But the greatest part was, it also came with the Toxic Crusaders.
The cartoon?
Yes.
That's awesome.
I got all 4 movies and the Toxic Crusaders, all in media book form. I love media books, man. I love it.
Oh.
Don't get sucked into those.
No.
You need to get, I used to have it. They have a Crow media book, and it's like padded, so it's like a softback media book. It's got the most amazing cover art on it. I used to have it. I don't know why I sold it. I think I finally sold it. I sold it when I finally got the steelbook. And but I'm wanting to say it's still available. If I find it, I'll send you the link.
Where? Like where would you?
I'm pretty sure it was still on Amazon Germany. I think last time I saw it.
That Joker you have, Jody. What is that? That's
this.
Yeah.
It's from. This was a guy called what's his new name? Lord of Collectors. He hand makes these special editions.
Oh, those are awesome. That's awesome.
And I mean, dude, it came out like a freaking. I mean, even it has like a magnetic. It came out like a premium release.
That's hot.
Well, I just recently purchased.
It's got a booklet and everything.
Disc Father, also known as Geek Gab, too.
Yeah.
Because I had mentioned a while back that if anybody has slipcovers that they either want to donate or sell, I'm willing to take them. And he had seen the story and like messaged me like, hey, like, which ones are you actually looking for? Because this is possibly something I could help you with. And I'm like, okay, because I was already doing the custom slipcovers.
Yeah.
And I told him what I had left that doesn't have any slipcovers for my 4Ks at least. And damn near almost all of them, but not all of them, he had. And he was,
nice.
oh yeah. And he actually cut me a really good deal. I think it was like $100 worth of slip covers for like $65, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm shocked that there's a lot of collectors out there that just take off the slip covers and throw them away.
I used to not appreciate the slip covers when I first got movies.
Oh, I do.
I thought it was just an extra, like, package, where it's just like with the cellophane where you throw it away.
I'm missing
like
one.
a J card.
I'm missing one.
What do you miss?
Ghostbusters 2, 4K.
Well, if you need a custom,
no custom.
I can share it.
I want the original tissue. Official tissue. That's what I want.
I don't have
if I find anything, I will send it your way.
Yeah.
I don't have the from the store, but I have the ones that came with that box set. But I'm sure you've got those.
The which one? Oh no, yeah. No, I have those, but like the I'll show you.
Yeah, speaking of slipcovers, this movie came out this week without a slipcover, and I consider this like one of my favorite movies of all time. It's definitely a top 10 in my book of all time. Giant.
Okay, I couldn't really see the letter.
And
so look, see,
I haven't watched it yet, but it's supposed to be.
The one that matches
somebody else reviewed it, said it looked the best ever.
Make a review for it, John. I would like to see what you thought.
That's no bueno. You see that? That's no bueno.
Yeah.
That's no bueno. So when I see it, it's like steelbook. Then is this, and then this shit. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I need my slip. And
it's like that TikTok thing. This is a piece of artwork. This is shit.
Yeah. So like that's driving me nuts, and I'm like, and I rebuy the movie. I don't care if I find it, but I'm not buying like. Sometimes like you see them for like $120. I'm not paying $120.
No,
it's funny because I have all three John Wick movies. The third one, it came out that had the slip, of course, because it was brand new. But since the other two had been out already for a while in general, before the third one came out to 4K, all the slipcover ones were basically sold. So any new stock they got, it was without the slipcover. So I was like, well, shit, but I still bought them. And later on down the road, when I started getting into more actually wanting the slipcovers, I went on Mercari, the app. And I think Jody was the one who actually introduced me to that originally. And I just started looking up slipcovers, but then I would see people who were selling the movie with the slipcover, but I would message them and say, question, would you be willing to sell the actual slipcover, not the movie itself? And I was able to get it for John Wick 1 and 2 and Thor Ragnarok and Kong Skull Island.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you can bargain with them.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm on the hunt.
He's on the hunt.
I'm on that hunt.
Yep. Keep it in mind. That next time I go to my big ass used store I got out here.
I know. I was trying to tell you to get that Herald and Mod Criterion if it was there. But it came out Paramount Presents.
Yeah, I was going to say
I don't need to do that anymore now.
That Paramount Presents looked pretty cool.
I don't even think there's really much of a difference in restoration quality. I think it's just different packaging, and it was still actually decent price.
Yeah.
I didn't get that Paramount Plus because I already had it. But was it a 4K or just Blu-ray?
It's a 4K scan. I think it's just but it's not a physical 4K,
It was probably the same. It was probably same scan that was on the Criterion.
The Criterion, yeah. That's why I was like, you know what? I don't need it anymore. This came out. I'm glad to have it. The restoration's actually way better than the DVD. Like, oh my God, way better.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. Harold and Maude was one of those types of movies. Like, if you went from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K, you see the biggest jump.
I have a sealed copy of that on a Laserdisc.
Harold and Maude?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
John and his laser discs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does laser discs.
I swear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are the only format I'm missing of Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
There you go.
Oh, yeah?
Those are the only two. I have VHSs. I have all the others.
Oh. I think he has them.
Send them to me!
There it is. He ain't going to sell them. I don't think he would ever part with them.
No, but
Probably not.
it's funny. The Paramount Plus, I brought my first of it It was the stupid John Wayne movie, which I liked it. I liked it a lot. Silence of the it was a Western. Oh, what the hell?
John will know.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows those movies.
Liberty Valance?
Yeah.
He just agreed. Yeah, that's it.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, the man who shot Liberty Valance.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, that was close.
Yeah.
It was right there. Yeah, that one.
But this is what's interesting about Ghostbusters on Laserdisc. It was a Criterion Collection Laserdisc.
Oh, Alex is gonna rob your house.
Just for that. Not touch nothing else.
Nothing else is gonna go missing. It's gonna be that.
Where's the laser?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that is sexy.
I've probably got Ghostbuster 2, but I don't know where it is. It's not with the Criterion stuff, so I could find this easy. But yeah,
You know what? That's a good question, Alex.
it's kind of weird.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, sorry, John. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
No, it's just weird that Criterion released this. But it's not weird they released it, but it's weird they released it only Laserdisc, and then when it would come to DVD, it wasn't Criterion.
It wasn't
anymore.
a part of it. Yeah. No, I was going to ask Alex, since you're a big Ghostbusters collector in general and a big fan of the franchise, did you ever collect the soundtracks, the movie scores of the...
Dude, I got the vinyls all right there.
You do? Okay, but I mean for like every film?
Yeah, I got the female, I got the 1 and 2, I got the background music and the soundtrack.
The score and the soundtrack.
Yeah, I got both of them. And the female is the only one I'm missing is the soundtrack. I have the score, but not the soundtrack. And then the Afterlife, I got the newest one that came out with the Muncher color, the crystal blue.
I've seen advertisement of that.
Yeah, I have that. That's the newest one. I don't have the soundtrack of that, but yeah, I do collect those.
I wasn't sure, if that was something that was a part of, that collection.
I do got some vinyls of the movies that I like. So I got Lethal Weapon 1, which I found in a record store. I was like, no freaking way. And it was like $8. I was like, no, to this guy. I got that. And then one of the guys in the Patreon sent me a bunch of 007s records.
Nice.
And I was like mad excited. So I just ordered on Zavi the picture vinyl of No Time to Die with the females. So one side is the female 007, and on the other side is his wife, or whatever you want to call her. I respect her. She's on the other side. Couldn't find the Daniel Craig version of which I know everyone's gonna buy it because it's 007.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't find that one, but yeah, I'm trying to collect all the 007s. I got Dr. No this week with Bruce Brothers. I found that at Walmart. So I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, I don't like tapping too much into vinyls because those are expensive.
They are very expensive.
I brought the Justice League vinyl, and that was like $200, and I was like, never again. Never again. I'm afraid to open it because I'm like, yo, this thing is so expensive.
Yeah. I know how you feel on certain things, so yeah.
I was like, never, ever again. I was like, nope. But same thing with movies. Like, certain things I was splurged, but not as often. Like,
yeah. Like me, okay, so when it comes to something like that, the only one that I really have protected in my collection when it comes to, like, say, double dipping or anything like that with movies is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Because when it came out, I wanted to get the Steelbook originally, but it sold quick. So I lost my chance. And then out of nowhere one day, Jody advertised, hey, it's back in stock. And I didn't have the funds at the time, but I was going to get paid the next week. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to miss out again, And I already bought the regular slipcover one. And I said, hey, would you mind claiming that for me so I don't lose out again? And so he did send it to me, and now I have it in a Malco protective case and everything, not opened at all. And I just used the slipcover one as my watch copy, basically. So I keep the other one protected, and as soon as I got paid, I paid Jody right away because I was so thankful for that.
Yes, now we all know Jody's the banker.
Yeah, right.
No, but if anybody wants to do group buys at all, Jody does group buys. But I understand some news has shifted with you for group buys.
Yeah, what's the news?
It was a couple. The company WEET, who's put out some really good editions. They just put out their Far From Home came out. They have an upcoming one for Ultron and for Uncharted, which I thought was a weird release for them. But anyway, they're a premium label that I've never been able to get direct contact with, but I was fortunate enough to be able to work with some people that could get them. But yeah, WEET has cut all ties with all group buys except for one. So I unfortunately had to break that news to some collectors this week. So I'm issuing out some refunds and stuff. But I've still got, I can still get a lot of premium labels out there. Manta Lab being the one that everybody's the most excited that I can get. So yeah, I'm still doing the group buys. They're going good. Everybody's usually when I announce one is opening, everybody's all over it. But yeah, out of the list of the companies I work with, Manta Lab's definitely on top of that.
Is that the one with you had troubles with the Batman that you were trying to get like additional?
Yeah, they screwed every group buy with that Batman. What they did, which I mean, to a point, it makes sense. Manta Lab works with Collectong to do their distributing. So it's all through them, not Manta Lab as far as group buys go. But for every group buy that you do, the more you sell, the higher your number gets for the next group buy, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I forget what was before the Matrix. I think it was Justice League.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. I think it was no, there've been so many more since then. It was either Prestige or Dune. I think it was Prestige, and of course, I always sell out when it comes to Manta Lab. And so when the Matrix came, they gave me my highest numbers that I've ever seen, and I couldn't sell it for shit because nobody wanted it. And I had multiple back and forth emails with them, like, this isn't on you, it isn't on me. It's just the movie did not perform. Collectors don't want it. And unfortunately, they were like, well, this is going to affect the next group buy. And I knew the next group buy was going to be the Batman. And I was like, that's not the one that y'all need to affect right now.
That's wrong.
They allocated. And it was like that for every group buy because everybody was like, we didn't get hardly. I got 6 of each edition.
That's a pass. Yeah, that's terrible because, and sometimes you can feel like they kind of knew. Like, what? We're going to give you guys 20,000 Matrix, and if you can sell this, you'll get extra Batmans. But I think they kind of knew because no one's going to want the Matrix. I mean, the movie sucked. So it's like, why spend whatever the money is?
I was disappointed.
Yeah, compared to the Matrix, it was a less print run. So I get that point. And one of their points was, we are getting a lot of complaints that collectors can't buy directly because because we don't have a lot since we hand out so many group buys. And I got that. But then fast forward to last Friday when it dropped directly and it sold out in seconds. So you can't tell me y'all had a lot more to sell.
Well, thanks to Cody, I got this one too.
Oh yeah, the Arrow video release of that. That was a cool edition.
Yeah.
This is a good question, Hero. What do you keep sealed and what do you keep unsealed?
Oh,
I keep the regular edition. I keep the regular edition to watch, and then everything else sealed, steel books and whatnot. So
I've thought about doing that, where like my steel books are my collectibles, but the slipcovers are my watchable.
Yeah. So if it's those big Manta Lab stuff or whatever, I mean, I don't collect those things, but if I would, those were never going to be open. Like they're never touching them to open because I already own the movie.
I opened damn near everything, but I immediately protect it. So I feel like that's kind of a good back and forth. Like I'll open it because I want to get my hands on it, but then it immediately goes into some sort of protective case.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Batman one I was interested was the him in front of the car. I was like, man, I got all these different covers. I was like, this one is kind of hot with the car.
Speaking of the Batman, show the giveaway again, Jody.
Oh yeah, we need to start working on that because we got like 30 minutes. But yeah, anybody? How many names we got on the wheel, John?
The Wheel of John.
The Wheel of John.
It's like 10.
Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. So 10 of you guys are in the running for the Batman Steelbook from Best Buy. Again, we do an elimination wheel. We probably need to do that fairly soon because I know we've already.
That's pretty cool that you found that. I was thinking I went to a couple Best Buys around here and tried to look for that reason to give it away, but I couldn't find it. I thought
it's sold out.
I thought there's no chance of getting it in the store, but I thought I'd look anyways. You never know. Sometimes you get these rare occurrences at Best Buys where you'll have something randomly on the shelf.
It was weird though. They announced the GameStop Steelbook, and I was like, "Who the hell?"
Yeah, that didn't happen. I was kind of questionable about that from the very beginning. I was like, I don't think I'm going to announce that because that seems really fucking weird.
It was weird. Like I got the one from I don't even know what the hell. I'm still waiting for the HMV version, and then I got the other Amazon version of it, which I was like, okay, cool. But I guess that's the one that he's looking a little pitiful in front of the red car, and I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I like that one way better than the question mark. But then when I saw you put the Meta Labs up of him standing full fledged, I was like, yo, I want that shit.
Right.
But sudden, you were like that, I was like, I hate you, Meta Labs. And then my friend told me the whole story, and I was just like, oh, they kind of knew with the Matrix they're not going to sell shit, so they kind of put it on everybody. Like,
yeah, it kind of sucked for all us, but I was able to get that cover you're talking about. I was Taiwan released editions of all 3 different steelbooks with slipcover. So you got a slipcover of the same artwork, and then the steelbook that matches is inside of it.
Which one is that one?
This one came. It was just it's a Taiwan exclusive.
Oh man!
With this version, the other 2 versions were 4K, but with this version, for some reason, it's Blu-ray. I don't know why they did that, but I was like, hell, I got all the rest of them. It doesn't matter if it's 4K or Blu-ray.
Oh damn it! Now I'm going to Taiwan. Look at that cover now, because now you're gonna drive me OCD batshit crazy. Because now I'm gonna be looking.
Yeah, see, I got all 3 different of the covers that they did.
I think I got that one.
This is the sad Batman in front of the Batmobile,
one, which I love. I got the question mark. I don't know which one.
This one was actually this just came with the standard snap case, but I put the Best Buy Steelbook in this one.
Oh, okay.
Just because I was like, well, that needs a slipcover, and then that's the one I just showed you. So
I want that one. I'm jealous.
So yeah, I got those 3.
Oh, yeah.
Who's got a favorite Batman movie?
Favorite Batman movie?
Yes, like Michael Keaton and on. You can even count Adam West if you want to.
Batman.
You gotta count the Adam. Where's my Adam West version? Have y'all ever seen that shit I made?
I don't know.
Hang on. Here it is. I had a slipcover. I had a custom slipcover made for the steelbook, and I love it so much because it makes it look like it's like a dark movie.
That is awesome.
But
it's
nice.
Like this is the funniest shit. And the back image I thought was great. It's just like all the characters. Like
nice.
The slipcover makes it look like it's this like dark, angry Batman movie, but it's like it's the most jokiest shit ever.
Oh, I've seen the movie. Trust me.
Well, the back kind of looks like something that they would do in the '90s for like those Batman. Yeah. The later Schumacher Batman movies. They had those kind of posters where they were all on the cover. They paid all that money, so they had to all have their picture on the poster.
Exactly. There you go. You got that box set. I still haven't bought that yet, man. I love that box set so much.
Yeah, I have that. I have that one. That's good.
I still don't have the series, but it is on Netflix if I want to watch it at the moment.
The Blu-ray is crazy clear. I was like, holy crap, what did they do? I was like, this is awesome. But favorite Batman movie?
For me, it's probably the 89 Batman.
Yeah, 1989 Batman.
89 Batman's probably my favorite, but there's a big part of my heart that loves Batman. Shit, which one is it? It's
Dark Knight.
He doesn't know.
Batman Forever. Batman
Forever. Yeah.
Oh,
there's a part of me. Okay. It's like there's like that. That was a big. That was childhood Jim Carrey. I was just like, come on, man, that's pretty good.
That one's all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Val Kilmer, I thought Val Kilmer was a good Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. His Batman was okay.
Yeah, I agree. If I had to pick, I'm not gonna go with the Robert Pattinson because he's new. We don't know the arc they're going with, but I will go with Forever. I agree with you because I like that when I was a kid too, with the McDonald's cup.
I used to have all
I
those.
remember that.
All those.
And then I'm gonna go with my man Ben Affleck. Oh, dude, that warehouse scene.
That was good.
I love. Well, Ben Affleck had the best of both worlds. He looked great as Bruce Wayne.
He was. He was.
A great Batman in the suit. So I'm gonna go with those two on that one. Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, and thinking about it hard, he's probably the only one that's got them both really good.
Yes.
Like I could have problems with one or the other when it comes to any of the actors that's done it.
I just don't see Ben Affleck as Batman. I am sorry. I really don't.
Oh.
And it's not again, I've said this before. It's not against Ben Affleck himself because I do like him.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's a great actor and stuff, but he's not meant for every role. And that's just me saying that out loud for him as Batman. You know, when I heard that he wasn't going to do his solo Batman movie that he was planning on doing, that basically Robert Pattinson took over, if you think about it.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually, okay, good, because...
What? What are you smoking, bro? What are you
I'm smoking good shit. Anyway. My point is, though...
It's called anti-Batflack.
No, and like I said, it's nothing against Ben Affleck. It's just, I don't see him as a Bruce Wayne or a Batman at all. To me, he doesn't give it that attitude at all.
Okay, well, okay,
like him.
I'll preference this as I enjoyed dark Ben Affleck Batman. I did not enjoy Joss Whedon jokey Ben Affleck Batman.
No.
I'll give
thought
you
that
that.
was. I
I'll
thought
give you
that
that.
was just like what we.
I always liked his bat suit, so because they always had like the short ears on this.
Yeah.
I always liked that version of the bat suit. It looks like the Frank Miller Batman stuff.
Yeah.
The-
My only thing is with Ben Affleck that he beats everybody is that he literally worked his ass off to get that physique.
Oh yeah.
And when he's in that suit, you're like, man, you do not want to mess with that guy. And
Well,
he
it's funny. It's funny because Ben Affleck does go to the gym. He does work out. He does stay in shape. So if he had to put on a couple of extra pounds, it probably wasn't too difficult for him because he stays in shape in general.
Right, but if you look at the other Batmans we got, right, Michael Keaton was in that fit, right?
Yeah.
That was all rubber.
That was that rubber bat, right?
I know.
Batman Forever, you can tell he was a little fit. Val Kilmer,
Yeah.
Clooney was shit. And then when you come to actual Ben Affleck, you're going, holy crap! I'm like, this dude, as Bruce Wayne, he's like this. Walking.
Yeah.
Like when he met Kal-El in that stupid party that Lex Luthor threw, you were like, holy cow, these guys are gigantic.
Big men, yeah.
And that's what you want. Like, you want to see your heroes look gigantic. And that's what Zack Snyder gave you. He gave you exactly, I mean, I know people got nitpicked, whatever, but if you really see it, you got to finally see Superman and Bruce Wayne in their big physique on screen.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's funny because Batman and Superman have always basically had the shared universe together. So, like, with Nolan's Batman, it's like, what would that Superman be like,
Well, he did do Man of Steel, so he gave the idea for Man of Steel. If you look at the Man of Steel list, he gave some. I think it's a story.
Nolan?
Yeah, it's a story by Nolan.
Nolan was involved in part of the writing, I believe.
Oh, he was.
It'd have been the Nick Cage, the Superman.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, Nick Cage, we missed that. We need that.
Man, I'd give anything.
And that was Tim Burton.
Back in the box.
Yeah.
That would have been so funny. Put that back
I don't care. I love Nicolas Cage. I probably would have freaking enjoyed the shit out of it.
If you would enjoy that and tell me Ben Affleck stinks as Batman, I would have been like, what is wrong with you?
That's funny. Because Nicolas Cage, I love him too, but my favorite movie of Nicolas Cage, I don't know how many of us would agree on this, but Con Air.
Con Air, yeah.
I like Con Air.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's probably the closest we're ever going to get to his Superman. Because his Superman was going to have long hair.
That is
his
true.
Superman was probably going to be a little jacked.
And
Put a cape.
Yeah, that's true. So Christopher Nolan did the story for
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Zack Snyder did the story for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, and that's why that movie is the best one out of all of them. Is it continuation in the story. So to me, that it just felt natural when you look at all of them together.
Well, see, out of all the DC movies that have come out, I would say that Wonder Woman literally was like one of the better films out of what's come out in general between like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Justice League, and on, and especially with Aquaman, because it seemed like that Wonder Woman and that Aquaman were like the top two from that universe.
You think Wonder Woman is better than Man of Steel?
No. I didn't say it was better than Man of Steel.
I'm just asking you. You think it's better than?
No, I never. The thing is that they're two different.
No, I know. But I mean, there's a lot of people that will defend the shit out of it, saying Wonder Woman is like the best thing.
No, I would say Man of Steel, out of all the movies combined, is my favorite.
Oh yeah, I mean, it has the most Oscar award-winning cast out of everybody.
Right.
I mean, yeah. And not only that, but like Man of Steel had a really good storyline, really good effects. I don't know how much practical they really did, but it did a good job with its, special effects, in my opinion. Like, they didn't overdo it and they didn't underdo it,
George Clooney was shit.
Hank's on Clooney's side, man. I don't understand.
I think I did say he was shit. We got a Clooney fan. Hey, at least we found somebody, right? That's it.
Clooney was a good Bruce Wayne. I'll give you that. He was a good Bruce Wayne because he could pull off that savvy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
the bat card, never leave the cave without it.
Yeah, but you put him in the bat suit. Come on now. Come on now.
You know, there was never a Robin after Chris O'Donnell. They were like, this shit is not working with a Robin.
No.
Man, they advertised the shit out of that movie. I used to have like all the cups that came from Taco Bell. Like, I think I had every character.
Taco Bell, 7-Eleven.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was the one thing they knew how to do was advertise and promote.
Oh yeah.
Those
they did that with
awful
Batman
ass
Returns, and then when it came out,
I feel.
No, go ahead, John.
I just feel sorry for the people that didn't grow up in the 90s, that didn't get to experience the 90s, actually experience the 90s, not relive the 90s. It's just different, It
was better, to be honest.
That's a good comment, Rev 4K. I agree with you. I get what you're saying. I
feel like the superhero movies at that time in the 90s were more pushed out. Like, the new Batman movie, get the new mugs and everything. Now it's just like, so shit's come out like every other week.
Yeah.
That movie comes out, you're like, I'm okay. I can wait for it on streaming service. Back then, it was never like that, right? Think about it.
Yeah.
We never got comic book movies like that. X-Men, I remember when X-Men first dropped, the amount of people that went bananas in the theater. Because it was like, oh my God, we're getting X-Men. It doesn't matter if the movie stuck ass. It was just like, we got, Wolverine and all this. And then you waited another few more years. You're like, oh, now it's just such a norm that you're just like, I can wait for the next one. Like, who cares? And that's the thing I was telling my friends that. I was like, it's not like how we used to. The excitement is not there no more. It's not. It's just, 20 iterations of Batman already. So it's like, okay, Batman, Joker.
I think a lot of what brings down movies nowadays is social media. Because if you were to have had social media back in the day, you would not have had a Michael Keaton Batman. You would not have had a Hugh Jackman Wolverine, because everybody would have gone so crazy, because everybody was going crazy, but they weren't getting heard as loudly.
I agree with you.
They would have gotten heard so loudly, they would have recast those spots.
Well, there was social media, but not like social media changed with the smartphone.
Yeah.
Like when everybody had them in their pockets, then everybody had to start having the opinion. Before, when it was just computer based, you had to have people interested in wanting to buy a computer, so you were pretty much stuck with the nerds for the most part, and business people who use computers. You didn't have. But now, where everybody has to have a phone, so everybody has opinions. So every dumbass has an opinion. People that has no business with their opinions is giving their opinions. So everything's just went crazy, and we got bots. So
yeah, and kind of like what we were talking about earlier, studios are listening to them for some reason. It's like don't if you know you've cast the right person, if you know you've got the right story, ignore that shit and just give us what your vision is, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to work.
That's why I was so happy when they announced Robert Pattinson, but I never watched none of his movies. To me, go, oh my god, like whatever, and people going uproar. The guy from Twilight. I'm like, dude, I bet he did more shit between Twilight and
so much,
right? And
he's done a lot,
right? But the thing is, like, and that's the thing, like you said so much, Jody. It's like if social media nowadays, it's like I feel so bad because if an actor is put in a role, he sucks ass, they're already hounding him on Twitter. They're like, look at what happened with Reva. Racially profiling the chick. Like, they just DMing her, hating on her. You don't even know her. Like, why are you like? She's a fake ass character. Like, why is she doesn't have the Force? Like, who cares?
Right.
Like, you like her, you don't. Fine. But I just feel like nowadays, like with social media, everything gets leaked. That shit pisses me off.
Yeah.
People get these what do they call, the screeners early. I saw the 5 episodes of Stranger Things before everyone. Oh, let me give you my review. Like, why I want to see a review if I didn't see it yet? Like, that's
I can't see it for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I can't see the movie, but you already saw it. But check my spoiler free. No, I do not want to see your spoiler free because you're gonna talk about the damn movie, right? And that's the thing. Like, I hate that whole screener shit. I think everyone should be in a level playing field. If you're a YouTuber, everyone gotta be like, I don't care what subscriber count you're at, because it's not fair. To me, it's not fair. I don't care how many eyeballs you have in your video. If you see it and then all of a sudden I'm on Twitter and you're putting up screenshots of these people coming in the movie. And it's like, how? Why did this happen? All because you gave out the screeners to these guys and people don't give a shit, so they're going to take the screenshots and show it off. And it happened to me with Justice League. I got spoiled with the Manhunter. And I was like, when? I was like, you got to be kidding me. Right? Off. Oh, man, I went nuts. I was like, I hate YouTube sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Alex, definitely want to thank you for joining us tonight and everything, man. Go ahead and let the viewers know where they can find you, whether it be like TikTok, whatever it may be. Go ahead and let it out.
I don't have a TikTok, only Instagram and Twitter. That's pretty much it. It's all Geeks and Flicks on Instagram, Twitter. And then on Mondays at 9 o'clock is Geeks and Flicks on YouTube. We have it's a film discussion channel. I know you guys see me doing unboxing. Sometimes I do unboxings on my statues and stuff, and that's rare. When they come in, I do an unboxing. But other than that, we're just straight film discussions with the top 5 of whatever it is. We do What the Haul. Tomorrow's What the Haul with Turner Fan 77, which we're going to show off our favorite 4K steelbook covers. So me and Nate, and then Turner Fan is the guest. He's going to show off our 6. We're all going to show off our 6 and show off our favorite ones. Then we have This or That, where now we're going to have the guest give us a movie that fits with us. We watch it, and then we debate it. And then the person that watches both of the movies has to see which one of us is the right one, and then that movie wins. So we did What Woman Won versus Pretty Woman, and of course everyone picked Pretty Woman, and I was like, that was horrible. That was really bad. But have that. We have some other ones. I'm nothing so much stuff we have, and then I have a podcast with Nate called Action Movie Guys, where we do all action movies. That is straight action movies. So you can check out all the episodes on our website, which is www.geeksandflix.com. So you can hear the audio and watch the videos that I put up on YouTube. You can check that out too. But yeah. And
are you allowed to tell us who your next guest is going to be on your Inside the Collector's Cave?
The next guest. Oh, well, that's funny. So I have that show too, which I just started. You were the first episode. Then came Turner Fan, and then the third one is going to be Evan from Pop Culture 33. Nice. He has like a whole. Then after that one, I was going to ask, and then I might do a two-part. Sit down and talk amongst like a table, round table of 3. I'll collect. We ask questions. We go on the third. I'm see how that works, but I'm gonna have Jody and other people that want to show up. Not many people want to go out to their shy. Like, okay, yeah. So that's where we at.
Awesome.
Is the audio trouble just on my end, or is it? on
No,
yours?
yeah, you kind
I got
of
a
cut
little
in
bit,
right
too.
there.
I got a little bit too.
Okay.
I
Okay.
still
I
heard-
wasn't sure if it was my connection or.
No, I still heard everything that Alex was saying, but yeah, Alex kind of went into
Yeah.
a cave.
No.
Yeah. But we can
But,
go ahead and
Thank you,
start
Kaboo, went away.
Yeah, go ahead and let's start the death of the
let's
wheel
start
of
the
death.
Wheel of Death.
The wheel of God.
What was our? Let me make this full screen so I can see who's going to win. You know what I'm saying? But again, if you're just joining us and this is new to you, we do a elimination wheel. So we're going to spin this wheel. If your name comes up, that's not a good thing.
Okay.
All right.
Here, you guys ready to go?
Tonight.
Yes.
I'm ready to go. Let's see what happens. First person out.
Damn, I should have put my name on this so I could win your Taiwan version.
Oh no, Rev 4.
Oh, Red
Aw.
4K.
Remember-
You were in the chat
Oh.
hard too, man.
Yeah, he was.
He got his from Best Buy, and that shit came like destroyed.
Oh, that's unfortunately like a lot of people, and it's just
Hang on a
it's so
second.
sad.
I changed that.
Oh, you're gonna get everybody excited again, John. Get lost. Get lost, losers. That's a lot better than you're a winner. So, all right, so let's get rid of somebody else.
Oh man, Rev got that.
Oh, Bin Buster's out.
Simba.
Damn.
Boot.
He tried. Good luck, though.
He did try.
Oh, here we go.
Here it goes again. Oh, we've got to get some background music to this.
Oh,
Hank! There we go.
Is that coming through? Is that audio coming through for you guys or not?
No, I don't
For
hear
the Wheel of
anything.
Death? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Well, because
You
I've
get
never.
something
There's a way to share your sound on here, and I've never
Oh,
done that.
Okay.
Rev,
Sorry, Hank.
Rev said that he was a winner. There's no going back.
There's no going back. Hey, we discussed multiple times this elimination. Oh, man, that one hurt.
Crazy.
Damn.
There we go.
Oh, that one hurt bad.
We're going. We're almost there.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Almost.
Oh,
it's gonna do it again. Oh,
Another close.
man.
Damn. Dag film.
Crazy.
That hurt. Ooh, we're in our top five. Top five. Here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
God. Bye. Sorry.
On the floor.
Final four here. Final
Yes.
four.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's gonna happen again. No. Oh, Turner fan 77. We are so sorry.
Sorry, bro.
Oh, final three. Let's see who's getting kicked out. Around. Oh no.
oh, the mate.
Oh.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate.
Oh,
Our
did
last
I put M instead of N? Sorry. That's supposed to be Nate.
And Nate.
Supposed to be Nate. Yeah, that's a
John's
typo.
typing too fast.
Yeah, that's a typo.
All right, we got
Here we go.
Jimmy and
Uh-oh.
Tyler. Who's it gonna be? Oh,
Oh,
oh! Tyler is out. Jimmy's our big winner.
Jimmy.
Jimmy wins.
Oh, no. That's
Good
crazy.
job, Jimmy.
Oh,
Jimmy, if this is your first time here, hit up Cult of Collectors on Instagram. Hit up
That's-
Charlie. Hit up John. Hit up me. I'm probably the best one to hit up because I'm the one that has it. Ha. So
Yeah.
just hit up any of us on Instagram, and we'll get your shipping information, and we'll get this sent out as soon as possible.
I have his phone number.
Oh, you got to look. I might just call you then. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to bet you.
Holy smokes.
That was incredible. That was incredible.
yes.
Nice.
Fire.
Very nice.
But yeah, man, thanks again for joining us tonight, man. That was awesome. This was a fun conversation on multiple levels. I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yes.
Had a
I
good,
really
had a
enjoyed
Oh,
good
it.
time.
yes. Had a good time.
Just go. definitely have to do this again sometime.
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
We'll be doing this again sometime, but
yeah, we'll be doing it.
We'll be back.
We'll do it.
You maybe
We'll
someday.
be back.
We don't know. But
Yeah.
you're definitely on the short list to return, my friend.
The shit.
Oh,
We
yes.
appreciate it.
The short bus to return.
Yeah, the short bus to return. You're on the short
The
bus. to
special
return.
bus.
Oh,
Special
thank,
bus.
thank you so much, guys. Thank you so
But
much.
yeah, to everybody out there,
problem. Everybody-
definitely check out Alex, check out Charlie, check out John, check out myself. We really appreciate it here at Cult of Collectors, and everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night and a wonderful rest of the week.
See you later.
Exactly. And a
See y'all.
happy 4th of July, too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
See ya.
Thank y'all. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
See ya.